who I was so. And on that note, we will travel now by light speed to New South Wales, Australia, where people talk really, really cool. I love the accents of Australians. It's a personal little side note. We are going to find the music group Stones of Eden there. Hey, Brad and Donna Horn. They met 10 years ago. And Donna had always loved singing and started writing songs and teaching herself guitar when she became a Christian at 25 years old. Donna was a single mum with one son, and she prayed that God would find her a Christian husband who could also play guitar. And it was soon after when she met Brad, who was from the opposite side of the country. And funnily enough, he had started learning guitar just 4 years prior to when they met. Pretty cool how things like that, God answers prayers. The two married and had a son together, and they decided to make a recording for their kids to share with them their faith and their love for God through their songs. But when people started catching on to their music and suggested to them that they share their songs with others, that's when Stones of Eden was born. Along their journey, Brad and Donna met Joe Loy, who was their singing teacher and is now their friend and bandmate. She plays keyboard and adds beautiful melodies that elevate their music to a new level. So everybody, please welcome our guests, Stones of Eden.
Hello. Hi.
Hey.
Hi, this is Brad.
Hi. Awesome. We can't wait to hear what you have for us tonight.
All right, you ready?
Thank you. Thanks for having us again.
We're ready. Absolutely.
Yeah, our first song is called The Fall, and so I tend to write songs about Bible stories and less emotional, whereas Donna is more in touch with the emotions and she can write more nice songs and emotional ones. So mine are the Bible stories. So this is about the Garden of Eden and how the fall and how Adam and Eve are running from God, but God is always running towards us and we don't need to fear him and we can come to him because he's waiting for us.
Awesome.
His phone froze.
Why'd I let you go?
beautiful. That is so beautiful. Love your, yeah, awesome. Woo, nice. Love it. So yeah, it's pretty cool that you have you come from opposite ends as writers, that you got the emotional and then so that's good though to have, two different, approaches coming together. I think that makes a good song, good songwriting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, yeah. So this song's about Babylon Dream. So you got to take your mind way back to Daniel's time with King Nebuchadnezzar in the palace, and particularly about the statue, Nebuchadnezzar's statue, his gold statue, and it goes to show that God, you can see history all through time. So from the beginning, and God's in charge at the end, and in the end, He's going to set up His kingdom, and we're all going to be a part of it, which is pretty exciting. So this song is just to keep that etched in our minds.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool. Can't wait.
Lie awake on my bed, thoughts disappear like ghosts in my head. I scream again for the mighty men, I hear them coming, walls are thumping. No one is wiser in the land, they hold the keys so I can understand. Tell me the dream, anyone, if you want to see a family of the rising sun. Vision again, I was lost somewhere. Tried to get it back, but I can't remember. It's a mystery, it seems I cannot see. Haunted by the Babylonian dream. I pace the floor of my throne, waiting the answer to my unknown. Candles flicker, it's getting late. The magicians quiver as their bones start to shake. Who can do what the king has? No man on earth can do this task. The creed goes out through the land like a mournful song from a desperate man. Had a vision again, I was lost somewhere. Tried to get it back, but I can't remember. It's a mystery, it seems I cannot see. Haunted by the Babylonian dream. Towards the east and praise to his God above, the Prince of Peace. Please, O Lord, reveal to me visions and dreams the King has seen. An image of gold, silver, brass, iron and clay we will hold to pass. Stone cut without hands crushes the image and fills the whole land. Babylon vision again, now it's lost somewhere. Tried to get it back, but I can't remember. I cannot see, haunted by the Babylonian dream. Vision again, now it's hard, they say. Dreams are never explained. these Babylon dreams. Tell me the secrets to these Babylon dreams. All the secrets to these Babylon dreams.
Ooh, I love that. I love that. Tell me the secret to these Babylon dreams. Very cool. Hey, Elizabeth Hothouse is joining us as co-host, and she has a question for you guys.
Sure.
Hold house, not hot house. My bad, my bad. Blame the host, this host. So sorry. Now I gotta go. No, man, I messed that up bad. Now she's gotta giggle it out. That was a cool song. Do you guys like 10,000 Maniacs? Have you ever heard them?
We might have heard them. I don't know them by the name, but might have heard them.
They're kind of an older band, but I love their music, and that kind of had that vibe to it. 10,000 Maniacs vibe. Natalie Merchant was their lead singer. Anyway, it's showing that I'm old and you're not, probably. Awesome. Elizabeth, are you good now? No. Okay. She'll ask you after the next song. Remember your question, Elizabeth. She wants to squirt gun this host. I know she does. If she was in the room with me, I'd get squirt gunned right now.
Oh,
All right. What do you guys have for us next?
We have an emotional song now, so Donna wrote this one.
but it's a Bible song, so I got a bit of both.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. We got truth and emotion.
So this one's called Come to Me. I wanted to write one about a woman from the Bible, because Brad writes a lot about men, I suppose. And the women are often overlooked, I think. And yeah, this one is a song about the woman who was bleeding for 12 years. And it's a short story, but it's so powerful. And I just love this story and connect with it because I just think faith is just amazing. And yeah, I really enjoyed the story. So this was my song about it. Yes.
Darkness surrounds me, alone in this world. Tears keep falling, all hope is gone. They tried and they failed to make me well. The
Nice. Wow. You guys sound so good. Can hear the piano and all the instruments are coming through really good. Your voice is
Well, that's
awesome.
great because my guitar's not even plugged in.
I thought I heard it. Maybe I'm deceived. I thought I heard your strumming guitar. It sounded so good. Do you have it? You have a background recording going on too? Because I'm hearing the drums and what else
That's
do you
the
have?
drums, yeah.
We're cheating a little
Okay, cool.
We don't have a drummer, so if anyone wants to join us,
All right.
we need a drummer.
Hey, Elizabeth, you're back. Do you want to ask them a question?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Awesome.
all right. So my question, for you guys is, how did you guys come to know the Lord, and what's your guys' story behind your band name?
Ooh, the first question might be a bit long.
Yeah, the first one's a long question. Hard one to answer. Do you want to go down?
Oh, really quickly. I didn't want to know God. I grew up with fortune telling and stuff, but and kept, would say to people, talk about that. I don't want to know, but I won't even talk to you anymore. So don't talk to me about the Bible and things. But then my first marriage was falling through. That wasn't working, and God just knows his time, has his timing, and I was looking and searching, and then I said to that same friend I'd said, don't talk to me about it or I won't speak to you, I actually reached out and said, hey, what's your thoughts on this? And it was things that I grew up with, like spirits and stuff, and he talked to me about it, like, that really makes sense, whereas what I thought was true does not make sense. And I started reading the Bible, and I just had things, like miracle things just happening instantly. I was a single mum, and prayers were being answered in bizarre ways, and I haven't looked back since. I could elaborate on that majorly, but not right now.
So encouraging to hear that though, because when those of us on the other end, when you are talking to people who seem like they're so far, like is there any hope sometimes, and then to hear your story like really reminds us that, even when they seem like there isn't hope, there is always hope. That's such a great story. So thanks for sharing that. And great question. Yeah, thanks Elizabeth too for asking. What about you? Do you want to share yours?
I grew up in the normal home, playing sports and all those types of things. I always had a belief in God. Like I went to a Catholic school, not that we were Catholic, but I went to there probably to sort me out rather than anything else. And so I had that. But then when I got older, I just went off drinking and I was doing some substances and things like that. And one night I was taking some marijuana, I was stoned, I collapsed, and I thought I was going to die, and I just called out in that moment, like I said, Lord, if you get me through this, I'll follow you, and that started the journey, and that's why I like the prodigal son and all those things. It's like when he came to those senses that he turned and went back to his father, and his father didn't chastise him, he was there waiting, and that's basically how I felt about that come back. And then it's a long journey. I met other people that brought me into my faith and belief, and but it started at that moment. As soon as I realised that I can't keep doing this, and I was in a bad place right in that moment, like a very bad place, and he kept his promise. He kept his word. He was there for me,
Wow.
And has been ever since. So
That's awesome.
And on the band name, like quickly is. It started, I wanted to have Living Stones, but then that was taken when you go to do the Google. So, and then, but it's in, I think it's 2 Peter. It was a while ago that I thought about it. 2 Peter and verse 2 or something like that, where we're stones built up in God's temple. We're all living stones built up in the temple of God, and we all that's what we make. So I just changed it to the stones of Eden because I love the Eden stories. I just say that stones where people in Eden, Garden Eden, were heading back towards God. So something like that.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thanks for those questions, Elizabeth. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Cool. So what do you have for us next?
Our last
What's our
one
next
is
song?
Flame. This is my personal song and my testimony, I suppose. Like, I was just growing up without God, not knowing God, and going through at times some not so nice or some scary times, because my parents were split up and I'd go stay with my dad. and he was an alcoholic, so we'd be kind of left on our own as kids, my brother and I, and in a caravan park or a trailer park, whatever you call them. And
Yeah.
yeah, just like having to go to the toilet by myself at night time and everything. Like, I look back and go, whoa, like, there's no way that would be happening to my kids. But we had.
a girl too. You weren't old.
And I was only like maybe 8 or something, having to run up to the toilets on my own in the middle of the night. And I think God was definitely taking care of me, even though I didn't know him. But I just wish I knew he was there, so I could trust him and not be so scared. So this is my story about that, and how I like to now remind my kids that God is always there, and you can talk to him and you're not alone. And now I'm emotional and I've got to sing.
It's okay. Let it come through. We'll feel it. We'll feel it in the airwaves.
I think I'm right.
Old photos bring memories to life. The scared little girl inside cries. I wish I could hug her back in that time. I never knew you were always by my side. Only you raise me up when You'll carry me through the grave.
Woo!
Wow, that's
Sorry.
beautiful. Oh no, don't apologize. It's beautiful. It's your testimony. Yeah, that's awesome.
I haven't shared that one live like that before, so
Wow, I'm so glad we got to hear it tonight on Red's Room.
thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. That was your last one, huh?
Yeah, that's our last one.
Okay. Well, so you guys released your first album, right? Called Turn to the Heavens.
Yep.
I forgot to announce this and I want to tell everyone. So they have an album they released in 2019 and a second album called, how do you say that?
Philisterian is how we say it anyway.
It's a Greek word for the
Philisterian.
Ark of the Covenant. That's a big word, yeah. I thought it would sound mysterious and cool, so people would look it up if they wanted to know what it was. So, yeah, it's Greek.
Fun.
These
I
songs
like
that we've
it.
done, these 4 songs, they're all from the Philisterian album.
Okay. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, and right now you're working on your third album, right?
Yes, we are.
Awesome. And so we haven't heard any of those songs yet, or have we?
Yeah, the last concert we did, they were all those songs, 4 of those. Yeah.
We were
Okay,
on
cool.
last
Awesome.
year, I think it was, and we did 4 songs from what'll be the new album, and one's already out. Walk Through the Fire, that's out as a single already, and that'll be on the next album as well.
Very cool. Well, thank you guys for sharing your music with us. You all sound wonderful. And Joe, you were great too back there. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful piano playing. It really shines through
Babylon
in
Dreams
harmonies.
is well. The
Yes,
start to Babylon Dreams, that's Joe.
it's all
So
Joe on
we
the
just
piano.
we put a
Ooh.
sound on it. That's Joe playing, so yeah.
Gorgeous. I love it. I love your music. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. And it's been a joy. So everybody look for Stones of Eden. You guys are on Facebook, correct?
Facebook, Instagram, but I don't go on there very much. We also have a YouTube page that we got up after the last concert, but I forget we've got it, so we've got to upload some more things to it.
Cool. And what is that under Stones of Eden?
Stones of Eden, I think you should better look up, and that's the name.
Awesome. And then is your Facebook called Country Folk Music with a K?
Yeah, that's just the link to get to it, yeah. But
Okay.
yes, because the C was already taken, like, I had to put
Oh.
it to make it different.
Okay.
Spell it
Cool.
like that.
So,
It's just Stones of Eden on Facebook. It should show up if you look up Stones of Eden on Facebook, though. Yeah.
okay, good. It'll come up. Okay, good. Awesome. So that's where you can find them. Some people are probably going to want to look for your stuff. So they're hearing you. Sounds really good. Awesome. Well, thanks, you guys.
Thank
And
you.